only 4% of you guys are subscribed, so if we can make that 5% by the end of this video, that would be great. Hello everybody, today I'm back with a video after like 3 months, because I'm a gamer, and today we're going to be ranking Bedwars kits by how unbalanced they are. So today, here with me I have a Rainbow Puppies.
Nice to meet y'all.
So WTF is for this super unbalanced. Just good is just kind of like good balanced kits. For balanced, we wouldn't recommend them. And then I would rather buy a Pet Simulator X Game Pass than this kit. First we have Aery up. Aery is kind of like the warrior, but like super overpowered. It doesn't lose its butterflies, so it can stay overpowered, and like it scales really well into late game. Yeah, I think it should be in WTF because it like doesn't lose its ability to like 3-shot people like later into the game. So second we have Archer. I think Archer is like a pretty good like balanced thing, but
All
yeah.
around good kit.
Yeah, I think it's balanced because, yeah, it's pretty good, you know? Shoots better arrows than most, and has better crossbow and does more damage. It's probably like high balanced. Aries,
Really bad kit. For it to be the top of the Season 2 Battle Pass, disappointing.
it basically is like, it just does what an archer does, but like with javelins that like do
And
a
you can
little
only
bit,
have 10.
yeah, they do like knockback wherever they hit, which is like not that useful when you could just hit them with the arrow. Next up is Axolotl Amy, which is pretty good kit because it has like all the axolotls, which you have the shield one, which can deflect 10 damage, and like it can heal you up 24 when you're done, and you do extra damage and mining speed, which isn't as important, but
Still beneficial.
yeah, it gives you like a good early on boost too, and then it gives you a really good late game boost. If like both people have like emerald armor, emerald swords, this gives you like a really good upper hand. So we're going to put that in good for now. Next up is Baker. I think Baker is actually like pretty useful with speed kicks because you can like hunt down people, and then like the health apples aren't as good, but they're pretty cheap and a good way to
Okay,
heal if you like it.
Baker's good, but it's not as good as other kits. I'd put it like low balanced.
Yeah, I think it's more about like middle balance probably. Here's one of my favorites actually is Barbarian. You get better swords from killing like people. One of the cons is that when you die, it can lose some of your sword
Right.
levels. And also, if you need to like you're getting rushed quickly, you can't just buy a good sword. I think most people will probably agree this is a pretty good kit. Next up is Beekeeper kit. In my opinion, Beekeeper kit is basically just like Farmer Cletus,
Okay,
except
I've used Beekeeper. If you can get enough bees, it is super OP. But it takes a while to get bees.
yeah, I think that it doesn't like take. You don't have to be constantly growing your crops as you do with Farmer Cletus, so it's a little bit less defensive. But I think it and Farmer Cletus are kind of the same. You kind of get like kind of the same drops. Beekeeper can actually get stuff like iron too, which isn't that useful, but it
But
also gives diamonds quicker because Farmer Cletus, it's annoying to have to because the diamonds are so expensive to buy. Next up is Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter I think is like it's like meh, not that good. I think it would be like really low balanced. But when you do kill people, it actually does give you a nice like it can give you like 3 emeralds like or like 10 diamonds or whatever. It's not like horrible, and it does show you where people is, which is I mean can be a little bit useful if you're like someone's hiding in like a 30-30 match or something. Next up is Builder. Builder is one of the first kits. It's like good for defense, but like it's not. You don't see many people gonna using it. I don't. I think it's pretty balanced, so I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be low balance, but above Bounty Hunter.
I would agree.
Okay, so next up is Elder Tree. Elder Tree, I hate Elder Tree personally.
It's
It's
my
like,
favorite hit.
yeah, it's really OP. It's a little too OP. And there's not many major drawbacks. You can get scale super fast and get like super OP and just demolish everybody without taking any damage. Like the
I,
only problem is it gets like bigger, so you can't like get into your own base sometimes, and that I don't know, it can't wear armor, but you don't need armor when you have 500 HP.
I personally really like the kit, but it was the first kit I bought. I've used it for a while. I've won most of the matches I've won with it, so
It's just a little bit too OP, so it's going in WTF.
yeah.
Next up is one of my personal favorites is Farmer. I like how my personal favorites are just the ones I bought.
Yeah, same, bro.
Um, it's yeah, it's as I said, it's like the same thing with the bee kit. We don't need to go over this again. Now the fisherman here is like Beekeeper and Cletus, but like stupid. You can fish, but like you can fish like emeralds and diamonds and stuff and iron. But then it comes a problem with the golden and special fish. Mainly the special fish, where you can get OP stuff and stuff that you can't get anywhere else, like rocket launchers. But it also it's like a mix of like farmer
Yeah.
and like a bunch of other stuff because you can get a bunch of other free stuff too.
I definitely think it's under Elder Tree, but Aery is really good when she can 3-hit kill, and it's good that she has it late game. But having the ability to fish up multiple rocket launchers,
Yeah, true. I just think Aery is because Aery keeps it and like you only get a limited number of rocket launchers too, and it's pretty rare. You're not going to guarantee to get it every game.
that's fair.
Next up is Freya, which is like it's like an ice thing. It like freezes them like after like 4 hits. But then it also has an ice sword which can freeze them, but like it just
Mm.
doesn't make any sense. I
And its special item, the Ice Sword, replaces Emerald Sword, so it's not a great sword replacing the
yeah,
best sword.
and it takes like 4 hits to like freeze them with like a normal sword. It's just kind of stupid. Yeah.
It doesn't freeze, it just slows the opponent.
Oh, yeah, it slows them down, which is like good to get away, but if you're like fighting them, like maybe like can give you like a little bit of a boost. But currently, I think I'd rather buy a pet simulator at X Game Pass than this.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is the snowman.
Frosty.
It's a meh kit, really. It gives you like snowballs, which like it gives you like better snowballs, which like slow people down. But
And
like
they're free.
they are free, which is nice. But that's kind of it.
I would put it in low balance because it's not an overpowered kit, but it has no drawbacks that make it bad.
Yeah, it's just I
It's just
wouldn't
meh.
yeah, yeah. Gumdrop guy. Gingerbread man. It's meh. You can get a jump boost and like not have knocked fall damage, which can be used with balloons well. The shield is nice. But it's like a 10% shield. And it doesn't jump that far actually. I thought that it'd be more like you could put it like on like the main island, and then like jump over to someone's like island, and it's kind of like a cheap ender pearl, like but with like less powerful. Gompy, it's like sounds really cool, like a ghost that you can like kill someone, like instant kill them or whatever with, but it's not that good. You have to buy this thing for like, and then you have to go out, and then you have to grab a ghost, and then you can't have any more ghosts, and then you shoot a very slow ghost at someone, like that they could probably dodge pretty easily. Um,
And it being so late in the battle pass for and in the paid battle pass, it's not worth it, which I feel is a reoccurring feature with these later battle pass.
so for now, we're just gonna put it in Pet Simulator X. I think they actually nerfed Reaper a little bit, but it's still like pretty good. The thought of just being able to kill somebody becoming invincible, and then like healing like 20. It's like I think they made it like 18 damage now. It used to be like more. It's pretty like OP, and also gives you speed if you want to run away, and then heals you if you want to keep fighting. Strategies with lots of these work really well because you can just keep killing people constantly. So that's why I'm gonna put it in probably like the highest good tier because it's not completely game breaking unless there's like your whole team has it.
Yeah,
Next up is probably one of like the most hated universally probably. And that, of course, is the infamous Infernal Shielder. I don't really even have to explain this one. It does nothing. It can block
yeah,
arrows, and that's literally it. And it makes you slower. Yeah, that's the worst kit, I think, in this entire thing. Next is Jack. I personally think Jack is meh. I don't like it that much, personally, but
I agree.
yeah, the oil spills can like kind of scare people off, but that's kind of it. But I think it's gonna be pretty low on the balanced. Okay, this next we have Jade kit, which is pretty like it's okay. It's actually pretty good. It can knock down enemies with like the hammer, which is it's pretty much it. But like
For a free kit, it was pretty good.
okay, Lassie, it's not good. It's not gonna help you win. It pulls people in, but like half the time it doesn't work. It has a
Yeah,
short range. I mean, it can be fun to like troll people with, but that's pretty much it.
I
What do you
think it should be
think?
in Pet Sim because reading its description, it's so misleading. I bought it when it came out, and I regret it so much because it sounds so OP, and it's so misleading because it's so not.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a wooden. Next up is Melody Kit. So I have the opinion on Melody Kit is you mainly if you're just playing with like by yourself and like you don't have like people with like a bunch of kits that are expensive, don't get this because you'll be disappointed. I think, okay, but I think that if used right, it can make one of like the most formidable teams. Next is the Pirate Davey. Um, this is also
Bad.
one of the more hated kits, I'd say. It's like it has a TNT cannon, like that can launch at people, but the TNT cannon has like the worst aim ever. It does give you can get uh way cheaper TNT, but it's just not worth it when you could just build over their base and drop TNT. Or even balloon over their base and drop TNT. Probably one of the a lot of people's favorite kits is the
Pyro.
Pyro. It's a really good kit. It can like do tons of damage late game to multiple people at a time, go through walls, has long range. It's just all together like very good. But I think it kind of break. Is a little too OP, but it's not something that like is uncounterable, I'd say, because it does have cooldown and you have to be trying killing people all the game, and like you can just shoot the person. But Raven, I hate Raven.
Ugh.
Like it's just stupid. It does like 9 like tick damage for like 3 ticks or whatever, but it like you can hit people with like 5 Ravens and it just does nothing. Pretty crap.
Yeah,
Next one's
rough.
kind of an interesting one. You might not see a problem with it, but personally, it's like it's not too OP, but it's stupid.
Think it's too OP, man. Think it's too OP.
Well, of course, I'm talking about Santa Claus. Um, if you haven't read its description, basically, it's an airstrike. Um,
Guess what you're getting for Christmas, kids? A robot, a toy car, and some missiles.
for 70 iron, you can get a sleigh airdrop that drops 3 TNT, which isn't like that much TNT. But like if you get a bunch of these, you can get it for way cheaper than TNT. And it just deletes everything. It is an airstrike in Bedwars.
And it's the 10th level of the battle pass. It's not like super late like it should be.
I think we're gonna have to put it like up here at least. Next up is Spirit Catcher. Spirit Catcher is like used as like a trap. It's not that good, but you can use it to like just send like hordes of spirits at people, and you can use 10 of these at a time. So like having 10 or like 9 damage every few seconds, that's like 90 damage. It's gonna kill you. So if you have enough money late game, it's pretty formidable. Uh,
Especially on a team setting where you can get a ton of the spirits just laid around and then have the rest of your team either collecting like emeralds or diamonds or doing the rest of the damage that the spirits didn't finish.
yeah, we'll put it with Amy. Next, actually, is the Trapper, which is just it's useless and it's
Yeah.
just stupid. You place traps that people can see, people can break, and then just replace them later. It's like only slows you down, and like they're easy for like a second. They're really easy to escape. Yeah, one of the worst, I'd say. Okay,
Yeah.
next is actually a pretty good kit, by most people. Trinity kit is like once you get 3 kills, you can become like a dark or light, which light heals each other, like heals your teammates, and dark life steals. Um,
So it's a mix between the Grim Reaper and the Mel.
but like you can choose too. Yeah, I think it's pretty OP because of some of the strategies. Life steal's better for if you're by yourself, but like one of the most OP builds in probably the game is a 4-person Trinity. All 4 of each other are healing each other at the same time. So basically, it makes you invincible, which like it's I think it's top of. I think we should actually move Pyromancer down because it doesn't completely break the game. Next up is Vanessa. Vanessa is like Archer but better. It's basically just a Archer, but it can shoot 3 shots like rapid fire in a row. And it's pretty good because even though like the second and third shot aren't as powerful, they still do a lot of knockback. So you can like just knock people really far with it. Next is the new Christmas bundle, which
It's bad. It's
it's
real bad.
it has like an axe that can dash forward and it can lifesteal, which sounds pretty good, but it barely lifesteals, and the axe only does 15 damage and can't upgrade. Like a wooden sword does 18 damage to like a when you have nothing on. I guess maybe late game because it has 15 damage the whole no matter what armor you have. It's the price tag that's the main problem. It's like not that good.
I think it's
Better
below
than
Lassie.
well, I think it does better than these, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because it can do some stuff. So next, a lot of people actually don't think it's like this is like an okay kit, but to me this is an overpowered kit. It's a WTF kit. The Vulcan. It can shoot laser guns at like people, which like they don't do that much damage, but they do knockback. So if you put this at a bridge, you can just shoot people, and there's nothing they can do about it. They can't shoot it down with an arrow. The only way they can get rid of it is with a fireball, which is like 70 iron. So I think the Vulcan, I just personally kind of hate it. It really annoys me.
And our next kit is the very special inverse of the Barbarian, the Warrior. It's very similar to the Barbarian. Instead of swords, though, it's armor. The main difference with this one is instead of building up rage and getting better and better items, you just get cheaper armor, which personally, in my opinion, is better because then you don't have to keep building up rage to get armor like you do with the swords.
Yeah, I think it's kind of it's balanced for me, but I think it's more of like a middle to high balanced
I would agree
guy.
with that.
Next up is Wizard, which is like I don't know, it's meh. It has some good spells, but the spells they don't scale well at all. So by
Yeah.
the end of the game, they barely do any damage. Like I think the lightning only does like 1 damage at like the end of the game. and like the spells are like slow to cast and they're easy to dodge, um, and they take really long to regenerate.
Early game, they can be pretty good if you know how to use them, but the second people start getting diamond and emerald armor, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive for what they are, because they're
Yeah.
only one emerald less than a diamond sword, which is so we're gonna probably put it on, because some people this is actually their jam. So we're
I
gonna
would
put it,
put low balanced.
yeah, like
Yeah.
middle balanced, really.
Yeah, that makes.
Next one, I've never actually used, but I think to me this sounds like a really good kit. It's the Yeti kit, last kit. So it freezes stuff, and then you can like instantly break it, and it freezes like everything. What it can do, you can Yeti scream on their base, which you don't need to use that often, so like the cooldown doesn't really matter that much. And then you can just instantly break all the blocks in their base. Like if they have a really thick base, then you're only gonna get through like half of it maybe. But it's still really like useful to because you can instant mine like everything. This is kind of our low. This is kind of the it's done. This is our list. If you disagree with it or think anything should be different, please tell us down in the comments. We just want to say this is our opinion. You can have your own opinion. But if you're looking to see which kits you want to buy, um, this could be a good guide for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me today,
I had a
Rainbow.
blast.
And we will see you next time in another video. Hopefully not in 3 months. If you enjoyed this video and liked the tier list, please consider liking and subscribing. Watch some of my other videos if you want to see what my channel is about. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!
Yeah. Bye.